Hi, everyone. This is Joe Riggio, your host of Socially Joe. I am on episode 36, and I have my friend and guest on here, Mr. Lenworth Dacus, and he is part of Len's Roofing, where he owns that, and he does roofing for houses. And I met his marketing person, Kay, through networking, and I got to meet him and her at their office, and I learned so much. So I had to share this wealth of knowledge of roofing. So without being later said, I want to bring on Lenworth. So, Mr. Lenworth, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, thank you for having me. My name is Lenworth Dacus. I'm a descendant from Jamaica. I'm about 60 years old now. I've been owning my company for approximately 1993 we started. So I have a wife, 3 kids, and, just living life at its fullest, I guess.
That's awesome. I love it. So let's get into the questions now. So what do you like about roofing? Like, what brought you into the roofing company? Or roofing business, I should say.
Just like curiosity, it killed the cat, but it helped me to realize that there's so much more I can do with my hands, because I wasn't a very good bookworm, but what I did was, once I got out of high school, I decided I was going to go and pick up a trade. And what I fell into was roofing. And when I got into roofing, it was a time when it was very hard. We were dealing with hot tar kettles, and, it was very dangerous and very hard work. So at that time, I decided, I saw the transformation from when an old roof got transformed into a new roof, and how it made everything just pop on the house. It was the beginning of the remodeling of the house. And that's why I chose the motto that to beautify your home from the top down, So I saw how that happens, and once you finish with the paint job, everything looks so good with a brand new roof on it. And the security that it brings the family, it's just, it lasts for a long time, so
that's awesome.
What brought me into roofing. Yeah.
So what brought you to the Bradenton area, and was it a good move for you?
It was a very good move. First of all, we started our business in Miami. And when we start, you don't know what you don't know. And we found out that having a business, it wasn't all it cracked up to be. So one thing me and my wife know how to do is we're going to pay our bills. And so when we bid a job, we make sure that the bills are taken care of, the employees are taken care of, and then what's left over, the business, the lights, the trucks, everything is paid for. Left over is us. We didn't know how to take care of that too well. So we prayed, and we asked the Lord to just show us, because we made a statement that if the roof of our house, if the roofing business is not for us, I go back and work for somebody else. And you be careful when you ask God for something, because He will give it to you, but it may not come the way you want it to come. So one day, we're members of FRSA, Roofing and Sheet Metal Association, and that's where an association where all the roofers in Florida comes together. And I'm sorry if this is a long answer, but
no, this is what I want.
The situation was, I had a friend that we used to come up to Tampa, and we go to the Dolphins preseason and Tampa preseason game, and I love the area. But the thing is that one day he was getting ready to retire, and he asked me, I asked him to let me buy a truck from him. And he turned around and said to me, Len, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. And I'm thinking that, this truck, maybe the offer is free. I buy the truck from him for free. Well, he said to me, his trying to retire, and his family might not be willing to work in the business. So he asked me to close down Len's Roofing in Miami, and he paid for everything, for me to move, for me to, get everything. He just took care of everything for us to come up in this area. He gave us some security that we couldn't have with Len's Roofing, where me being sole proprietor, at least the owner had to go. We get the jobs. I used to work on the jobs. I used to buy the guys lunch, everything. Pick them up, take them home. And I got up here and I learned a new way. What happened is that when he brought me here, then that was my answer to God showing me how it's a different way to do this business. I learned how to treat people. I learned how to listen to what their desires are. I learned how to make sure that they understand that I heard them, and so much more this area brought to my life. But that's when I got here. We bought a house, and we never moved from that house since, and we've been just blessed.
That is awesome. I love it. It's a great, inspiring story. So,
yeah.
What makes Len Roofing different?
Some of the things that I've just told you. One of the things that we don't want to do is we don't want to just send an email to you to say, this is your price. Me personally, I like to get to sit down with you, give you a little insight of who I am. Why should you trust me than trust the next person? Because I'm transparent to you. I'm trying to be the person that will earn your business, not just you give me a job. And then I want to make sure that with integrity, I'm going to make sure I give you everything and more of what you're looking for. You see? And so a lot of companies, they say they do the same thing, but when the rubber meets the road, do they go the extra mile to make their customer happy? And that's what we try to do. And that's why, for right now, from 1993 to now, we've been doing a good job, especially when we came to this area.
That's awesome. So why doesn't Len's Roofing use any subcontractors on your jobs?
Okay, because I'm responsible for everything we do. So therefore, I don't entrust my workmanship to someone else that isn't going to hold the same passion I do. So even if I believe that you're a good craftsman and you do good work and everything, if you're not under the umbrella of Len's Roofing, I'd rather that customer sign a contract with you personally. We don't want to be the one to say, hey, I'm going to charge you a price, someone else come in, we're going to mark up the price, now we're responsible for everything that's done. If we didn't do the guttering, let's sign your contract with the gutter person. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yes, I definitely do.
Yes. So we're responsible for roofing, and we try to keep ourselves in the roofing field.
That makes total sense. So why does Len's Roofing favor the Certainty brand of shingle?
Oh, it's tried and true for me. Certainty, I've been using Certainty since I've been in this area. In Miami, we use whatever, gas, whatever they gave. But Certainty, I've had issues where I had to make claims on their warranty. And, the thing is that when I called my representative and I explained to him we have this problem, he's on the spot. He comes and he walks there, he introduces himself to the customer. We do the sample test and everything. They deal directly with the customer and make him feel important. They call the shot, and if the customer desires for me to do the work again, great. But what we do is do what we say we're going to do and make sure they get everything they're supposed to get with the integrity that we propose.
Okay. So if you can briefly describe in each one, what are the benefits of metal versus tile over shingles, And which one is better than the other, do you think, in certain environments?
Okay. Metal is top of the line for me, but not just any metal. The metal that is exposed fasteners is, bottom of the barrel. The metal that is concealed fasteners now becomes the top of the line. Why? Because everything is wrapped, locked in. There's no fasteners to be seen on the outside. So everything is tied together in such a way that if the wind comes, it has to pull up from the drip edge on up to rip up that metal. And everything is screwed where it's locked into another metal. And I wish I could show you a picture of that, but the concealed, they call it snap lock metal. The concealed fastening pattern is the best pattern, and it's a stronger metal. It's less liable to leak than if it's a exposed fastener. Tile is a very good product, and why we believe in tiles, the only thing with us, we do not screw any tiles down. Why? Because we feel like if we screw a tile down or if you make the underlayment secure, it's watertight. And then to attach the tiles, we put a bunch of screws in it. I don't believe in that. So we use foam application. As to where they used to use cement in the old days, it's now a foam down situation that attaches to the underlayment and grips the tile. And also the hip and ridge is now they start to use a metal that's called a channel metal that is lift up like, the hip of the tile, the ridge of the tile, that when you put the foam on that, it catches the tile instead of it just laying free. And over years, then the cement breaks loose, and then you start losing your tiles or they're slipping. So we believe that the shingles, they got their benefits to where a person doesn't need a big cost to do a roof, and they can do it cheaper with shingles. But it's not as durable as those other two products.
Okay, so let me just ask you a brief question. Between the metal to the tile to the shingles, if you had to give a rough estimate, because most people say shingle roofs are probably about 15 to 17 years, what's the life expectancy of a tile or metal?
Tile should last you at least 20-something years if it's put on right. It should be at least 20-something years. Metal, though, is almost indefinite. Only way metal goes bad is if you put on a metal roof next to the salt water, a galvanized metal roof. They have what is called aluminum now that they use close to the salt water. And if you use the right product in the right area, metal roof is top.
Okay. So what are some common problems you see when you repair to go out to repair a roof?
Well, I see a lot of times that a lot of people think that because you have a roof, it'll never leak. Well, anything wears down, especially in Florida. Everything is under such a change of environment, wind, rain, cold. It just changes all the time, and it's not a stable environment. So that wears and tears on the biggest thing, which is your roof. And especially when they have on screw down or nail down tiles, that's what people don't realize is that once